Oh my god. Wow. This is why naturally aspirated engines always have a place in history. Listen to this! Woo! Guys, listen to this, just listen to this. We are at the Sepang International Circuit to drive this car, the Lamborghini Huracan STO. It's an amazing sensory onslaught. It's the most extreme Huracan this side of a GT3. In fact, it's supposed to be the road legal version of the GT3 race car. And the GT3 race car has been so successful that it won the Daytona 24 Hours 3 times, guys. Can't believe that we're actually in Sepang to drive this car. I've actually already taken a couple of laps. It's raining now, but I'm on such a high right now that I can't explain how it feels like to drive the STO. Let me just catch my breath. I'll take you on board with how amazing this car is. So the Lamborghini Huracan STO is basically, simply said, a road legal version of the GT3. Here's a fun fact that Lamborghini actually tested the Daytona against the the GT3 against the STO at the Daytona racetrack in America. And the GT3 race car was on slick tires, whereas the STO was on road legal tires. And yet, despite that, the STO was only about 2 seconds slower than the STO. So, technically, on paper, I reckon that if the STO was fitted with slick tires, it could very well be quicker than the GT3 race car. And this STO is a road legal machine. That is simply amazing. So this 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10 engine produces 640 horsepower, which, simply said, in the world of modern supercars, is not a lot, because cars like the Porsche GT2 RS, cars like the Ferrari 488, those cars produce a hell of a lot more power than the Lamborghini Huracan STO, which just goes to show that the Huracan STO is actually not about power. It's about how it makes you feel. And wow, does it make you feel like a bloody champion? Oh man. 250 kilometers per hour on the front straight of the Sepang International Circuit. Wow, it's actually not that fast. And there are a lot of other cars that are quicker than that. But I gotta say, it just feels amazing. It really feels amazing. It sounds brutal. And in corners, it just wants to dance at your fingertips thanks to the all-wheel steering. Lets you, and even though it's a rear-wheel drive machine, it's just got an abundance of grip. It's just amazing how much grip this car has. Wow! And these brakes, guys, these brakes are the latest version of carbon ceramic brakes. Lamborghini says that they are derived from Formula 1 cars. They didn't explain more, but what I can tell you is that this car has basically done about 40 laps at the Sepang International Circuit, and there's no sign of brake fade. There's absolutely no sign of brake fade whatsoever. It still wants to rip your face off every time you get on the brakes hard. There's no brake fade whatsoever. The back straight, I'm braking from over 200 kilometers per hour and I'm braking hard. Gearbox, man, this gearbox is fast. It's just suits the character of the Huracan STO. What Lamborghini has done is that they have wanted you to experience what a race driver experiences in a regular race environment. And wow, what an achievement. So this car is not about lap times, it's not about horsepower. It's about pure driving enjoyment. Woo! What an experience. And right now I'm driving it slow, you know, we are cooling down the brakes, we are going back to the pits. And what an amazing driving experience this is. You can just imagine driving it on the road. Of course, it's not going to be very comfortable, and these 3-point harnesses are going to be a pain just to put on every time you get in the car and get out. But this is what the Huracan STO is all about. It's all about the experience, the race experience, the driving experience. It's all about the experience, and what an experience it is. There are many different brands of fuels out there. You can either get it right where it works for life, or you can get it incredibly wrong. And that's where BH Petrol and its Infinity RON 95 and RON 97 Euro 4M are different from the rest. How is it different, you may ask? Well, BH Petrol uses the latest generation German additives to provide the perfect support for modern engines. This additive is specially formulated to work with modern engines. It's designed to keep your fuel injectors clean and to prevent them from blocking up. Besides that, the Infinity RON 95 and Infinity RON 97 Euro 4M fuels also have enhanced corrosion inhibitors. These range of petrols also reduce friction between the piston and the engine walls. This translates into reduced energy loss, giving you instant and consistent fuel savings. And that is why you will never go wrong with BH Petrol's Infinity RON 95 and RON 97 Euro 4M. It is the right choice. So the Huracan STO is supposed to be the most extreme version, road-going extreme version of the Huracan range. It sits at the top of the Huracan range right now, just below the GT3 race car. In fact, it is inspired by the GT3 race car. Here's a fun fact. Lamborghini did a back-to-back test of the GT3 versus the STO around the Daytona circuit in the United States. And they found that the STO is just a little under 2 seconds slower than the GT3, which was on slick tires, where else the STO was on full race tires. That is an amazing fact, which means technically the STO will be quicker than the GT3 cup car, race car, if it were on slicks as well. So the the Lamborghini STO, well, the Huracan range, the GT3, has won the Daytona 24 Hours 3 times, as I said earlier. And it's easy to see why, because it's such an easy car to drive fast actually, and it's basically, it's an onslaught of your senses, your ears, your sensory, your hands. And it comes with all-wheel steering, so it goes precisely where you want it to go and feels very nimble. The steering though, even though it's very chatty, still feels a little bit heavy, which I like it. It's not as, you know, wild as perhaps a 488, which tells you everything and some, where else the ones on the Lamborghini Huracan STO, it's a little bit muted, but it's still very pinpoint accurate in what is going on with the front tires. And it's just such an amazing car. I just can't stop talking about it. So we're done driving the new Lamborghini Huracan STO. And what an experience this is, guys. It's just such a sensory overload. And I've used this word a lot because it's true. This car just overloads your senses, your hearing senses, your driving, even your fingers. Your bums are telling you everything that is going on at the bottom of the car. It's just such an amazing, amazing experience. In fact, I would go so far as to say that this is one of the wildest driving experience I've had here at Sepang International Circuit. But let's talk a bit about the car. So, the Lamborghini Huracan STO is the Huracan variant right now in the market. It's just 2 seconds slower than the GT3 Cup car. But I personally think that if they were to fit this with slick tires, I suspect that it might even be quicker than the GT3 race car. So the entire front part of this car is one piece. Remember the Lamborghini Miura? Exactly that. This is just one giant piece of carbon fiber. Apparently it opens. We are not able to show you that today, but yes, it opens up, and everything about the car, all these ducts and vents, everything is functional. I'll get to that shortly. At the side, these are magnesium wheels, and this is race derived, so there's just one lug over there. These are carbon ceramic brakes. Lamborghini says that they are Formula 1 derived carbon ceramic brakes. They didn't expand, but all I can tell you is that even after 40 laps here at Sepang International Circuit, the brake fade on this thing is practically none. Seriously, even on our last lap, we were jamming it, we were getting on the brakes hard at past 200 meters, and wow, at over 250 kilometers per hour, and wow, the biting point of this is just fantastic. And then if you move to the side, well, it's still typically Lamborghini Huracan, but this is where a lot of the magic takes place. So this wing is manually adjustable. You adjust it through these points at the side here. So there are three different adjusting levels. There are three different levels, with the highest level giving you 480 kilograms of downforce at 280 kilometers per hour. That's just mind-blowing. Just imagine that there's somebody that weighs 480 kilograms sitting on top of the car, pushing the car down as you're tackling corners, giving this car some incredible amounts of grip. Keep in mind that this is a rear wheel driven car, and the amount of grip this thing has is just fantastic. Of course, it also has all-wheel steering, so it gives it a very light, very nimble feel. Amazing. And then of course, at the back here, check out this exhaust work. It sounds amazing, as I've shown you with the onboard clips and everything. From the back here, it just looks like a typical race car. Now, sitting at the back here, unfortunately we are not able to remove the engine cover, but sitting at the back here is a 5.2 litre naturally aspirated V10 engine. Lamborghini is one of the few car makers that are still using naturally aspirated engines, and we are very, very grateful to them. So Lamborghini says that they're going to continue using naturally aspirated engines for unknown number of years actually. Even the next Lamborghini Aventador, the next generation of the Aventador, is going to be a V12, where most car makers have ditched V12 engines. Lamborghini is still staying true to its roots. And then everything over here, all of these vents are designed to cool the brakes, cool the engine, push the car down. Now let's go check out the interior. So the interior of the STO is all very purposeful. You get a 4-point harness system, just like you do in a race car. So you put it on, and it's attached in 4 different points, and you get this suede Alcantara-like finishing everywhere, even the seats, and everything else in here is typical Lamborghini, with this jet fighter style switches and buttons. Everything is such purposeful, everything is lightweight. In fact, the STO is over 40 kilograms lighter than the previous lightweight Huracan, the Performante. Check out how thin the seats are. Even the seats are carbon fiber, guys. So such an amazing place to be in. You get a roll cage over here, just as you would in a race car. Of course, this is practically a race car for the road, having a roll cage, no big deal. But you also get your own camera behind here to show you how you are driving. Of course, you get lap timers, you get everything. And this blade-like gear shifters, seriously. And I appreciate that they're quite long over here. They're probably not as long as those on a Ferrari. Even in some tight corners, I still found myself stretching my fingers to get to them. But yes, amazing. A very purposeful interior, typical of a race car. And over here you get carbon fiber door trims, and just in typical GT car fashion you get straps as door levers. So a very purposeful, very focused interior, typical of a race car. So how much does the most extreme version of the Lamborghini Huracan cost? The STO is now in Malaysia for 1.48 million before taxes and before customization. Lamborghini says that you are able to customize this car any way that you want to. Even though that this is the most extreme version of the Huracan, very performance oriented, it's still customizable. You can have it any way you want. Can you have it faster though? Depends on the depth of your pocket. Lamborghini says that you can they can do anything for you as long as your pockets are obliging. Anyway, Lamborghini Huracan now in Malaysia, the STO variant is the most extreme version of the entire Huracan lineup. Thank you for watching. I'm Keshi Dylan, this is Piston.my. If you like what you see here today, as usual, do consider subscribing.